Well, hello, my friends, and welcome again to Game On with Yassine. Today, we're going to be doing some, what do you call it, some predictions and also discussing the final that is going to happen this weekend between Liverpool and Newcastle, the Caraboa Cup. After Liverpool lost to Paris Saint Germain this last Tuesday, they found themselves in a situation where they are or they need to win a what can I say? They find themselves in a critical situation, maybe a little bit after the last performances and challenges they faced. Some people they say that Liverpool is tired. Some people are doubting the group. The group is tired, and there are questions need to be answered. For me, if I look at the big picture, I think I agree that Liverpool players are tired based on the performances that they have been putting the whole year, and that's understandable when you start to see the big players of the team making mistakes and also missing opportunities. You can understand that, yes, for sure, these players are reaching a level that maybe they did not expect, especially after changing the coach in the beginning, because nobody in the what can I say, in the beginning of the season expected that Liverpool is going to be at this level. So people need to remind themselves that is this is something already something amazing for Liverpool club, for Liverpool teams, sorry, for Liverpool players to be at this level. But when you are at this level, you sometimes just want to win trophies and want to win the Premier League, and there is nothing wrong with that. It just being reasonable and logical sometimes can help people a little bit not to get so much excited. Anyway, if we look at Liverpool and Newcastle, we find that Liverpool has been, as we said, doing fantastic job in the Premier League and even in the what do you call it, in the Champions League, because in the first part of the Champions League they basically beat everybody, and the last game they kind of didn't really um, work hard on it. They didn't even take the full team, so they kind of didn't worry about so much about that game. Anyway, if you look at their last five games in the Premier League, they had four wins and one draw. And of course, they are leading the Premier League with 70 points. Newcastle, on the other hand, are the Magpies, right? That's their nickname. They had a rough last five games, three losses and two wins. And actually, Newcastle, before these up and down performances, or like some of the bad performances they had recently, before that, they were really doing really good job. So I don't know what's happened. Are they also tired? Are they also exhausted? It's a long season, right? And we are getting to the end of it now, getting closer. So main thing now, again, when you get to the final, means you have been working hard or harder than anybody else. So applause for both teams. And this game is not going to be easy for Liverpool. If anybody thinks that this game is going to be a walk in the park for Liverpool, I will tell you, be careful of what you are wishing for, because you never know. If you watch Liverpool, their last game in the Premier League against Southampton, it was not an easy one, even though Liverpool ended up winning. I can't remember, I think 3-1 or 4-1, but it was not easy in the beginning. So because this is going to be a final and Newcastle players are going to fight for every single minute, I feel it's not going to be in the field of Newcastle, nor in Anfield. So that's something that's going to be neutral for them. So it's going to be a 50-50 chance for both teams. I am looking forward to see this game on Sunday. I'm going to be watching and doing a reaction to it. My feeling says Liverpool is going to win, but the logic says Newcastle has a big chance based on what we saw recently from Liverpool. So we'll see. Did the what can I say? Did Is Liverpool going to use coming out of the Champions League as a motivation to push harder in this game to gain their first trophy, or is it going to be too much for them, too much on their focus and concentration and affect them negatively? We'll see. In my opinion, I think it's going to be a positive push for them based on they haven't won any trophies recently. I mean, they are leading the league, but we are still far from finishing the league yet. And I believe Arne Slot will be also happy to gain a trophy as soon as he can. Right, this is a very good opportunity. So we'll see. Let me guys know what you think in the comments. Do you think Liverpool is going to win it, or Newcastle going to what can I say, to win it instead and defies all the odds? Okay, this means even though we have this game in the Carabao Cup, we still have the Premier League going this weekend, and that is something was planned for. If you guys remember, Liverpool and Newcastle, I believe they played um, before. I think they both of them. I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me confirm. Like Liverpool have 29 games already. Aston Villa has 29 games already. Okay, so that was the game between Liverpool and Aston Villa then. Um, Anyway, going back here to this weekend. Tomorrow we have Everton versus West Ham. This game is going to be a nice game because if we look at West Ham positioning in the league, they are number 16 and Everton are in number 15. Both of these teams have not been performing very well in the last in their last 5 games. They have a new West Ham had 3 losses and 2 wins, and Everton had 4 draws and 1 win. So it is a little bit tricky for them. Do I think that they are in danger to go to go down to the championship? I don't think so. I think they still have time to keep it safe based on their abilities in comparison to the teams under them. So I don't really see them going down to the championship. So if I'm going to choose in this game, I will choose Everton just because they didn't lose in the last 5 games, and they're going to be playing in their field. So I think Everton is going. I feel Everton is going to win it, and I'm gonna write that one down so that way I know my predictions because I'm really bad at predictions. If you guys watch my reaction to the Champions League, I chose the underdogs and all of them were out. That was terrible. Some tea here. Now, the next game I'm going to be talking about is going to be Southampton versus Wolves. This game is going to be interesting. This game is going to be interesting because it's going to be happening in Southampton. Southampton, what can I say? There is a big chance, oh, not a big chance. 99% they are going down the well, going to the championship. So, however, they are not gonna make it easy for Wolves, as we saw what they did against Liverpool. Wolves also have been playing very well, but dropping points, which can be really annoying sometimes. Um, Wolves are trying to protect themselves in the position 17 because they are not safe yet. Things can go bad for them, so they really need a win here. And Southampton, it doesn't really matter for them if they win. That would be something good for their morale. Nothing more, nothing less. So based on this, I'm going to choose Wolves to win this game, even though they are playing in Southampton's field. Ipswich Town versus Forest. That's another game here that is going to be interesting. Ipswich is number 18, and they are playing in their field. So and of course, Forest are in. I believe they are number 3 now, and they are very close to Arsenal. Arsenal is 55, and Forest is 51. So if Arsenal loses in their next game in the Premier League, which we're going to talk about against Chelsea, uh, they're gonna find themselves sharing the second position with Nottingham Forest if Forest wins tomorrow. Ipswich, on the other hand, is in number 18, and they are struggling to stay. What can I say? To stay away from going down to the championship. So this is going to be a really really good game, I believe, because as I said, Ipswich Town are trying to save themselves this year and stay in the Premier League. That's going to be a big motivation. However, it has not been an enough motivation for them in the last 5 games because they lost four and they draw one. On the other hand, Nottingham Forest, they have been recovering a little bit better because they were doing fantastic, being behind Liverpool, but they dropped points. But recently, their last 5 games, they are kind of not too bad, 2 losses, 2 wins, and 1 draw. So I believe they are going to fight really, really hard to stay in the top 3 tomorrow, which means this is the other thing because now Nottingham Forest is not playing against a more dangerous team. They are playing against Ipswich, so they are not going to be defending as much as last game against Man City. They are going to be what can I say? They are going to be more open, they are going to be attacking more, which can make them dangerous. And I am going to choose Forest for this game because I feel they are more motivated and they have something to what can I say, to show this year. And I wouldn't be surprised if they win tomorrow. Man City versus Brighton. Man City. Oh yeah, yeah. What a story Man City has this year. A story, a special story, an interesting story, a crazy story. All the what can I say? All the greatness that Man City has been doing in the last 7 years came to a sudden end this year, like a heart attack end like situation because the way Man City has been performing recently, being dropped out of other leagues, has been really not outstanding, but really um, crazy, I would say, the least. If we look at their last 5 games in the Premier League, they lost 3 and they draw 2, or they won 2. So yeah, crazy. The last 2 ones they lost. They in the last 2 games they lost one and they won one. So tricky situation for them. You don't know which Man City is going to show up today. They are playing at the Etihad Stadium tomorrow. And by the way, the name is changing from Etihad. I think changing to Etihad Community or something like that. I can't remember exactly the name, but it's something like that. Um Brighton, on the other hand, Brighton is in a good spot to actually fight with Man City over the 5th position. So this is not going to be a walk in the park for Man City. It is going to be a challenging game for them. Brighton, as I said, they are fighting for the 5th position so far, and even for the 4th position for Chelsea's position, possibly. So nothing is impossible yet for Brighton. The Seagulls, I believe that's what they call them, and not because nothing against Man City, but I am going to choose Brighton just because Brighton recently they won 4 games in a row and they lost one before that. So I'm going to be going for Brighton as Brighton has a momentum to keep going forward. It's not going to be, excuse me, it's not going to be easier for them, but if they sit tight and they know, what can I say, Man City, they are not efficient when they come closer to the goal this year. So if Brighton sit tight and seek counter attacks and be very tight, I think they can surprise Man City. Moving to the next or to the other game, Bournemouth versus Brentford. This game, what can I say? This game is going to be. Hmm. What can I say about this game? Brentford is in the position 28, and Bournemouth. Sorry, they are in the 12th position, and Bournemouth are in the ninth position with 44 points. 44 points. They still have a big chance to be in the first five. It will be really hard for me to choose Brentford in this game. The bees. I like the bees because I kept bees in one time in my life, and that was I didn't kept it, but I kept actually bees, and I worked for like maybe a couple months with the beekeeper. That was a fun experience. That's why I like the bees. Anyway, I'm going to sorry bees. I'm going to trines to trines. Oh my god, which word is this? I'm going to choose Bournemouth for this game just because they have a momentum and also they have something to fight for. The bees are in 12th position. They are not in the danger zone anymore. So if they lose, they are not going to be really hurt or surprised. Bournemouth, on the other hand, they have something to fight for, and Bournemouth have been doing in some instances they've been doing good job. So I'm choosing them this time. If we move to the other game, this game is going to be great. Arsenal versus Chelsea. And both of these guys need to win if they want to keep their chances in the Champions League, or if Arsenal want to keep in their chances in winning the Premier League in a miracle. What can I say? In a miracle situation, if things go really really bad for Liverpool, dropping points every game. So this game is going to be happening at the Emirates Stadium, at the Arsenal Stadium. The Gunners are going to be shooting all over the place again. They are going, if they lose or they draw, they're going to say, oh, we don't have an attacker, we don't have this, but they forgot they scored 7 games in the Champions League. Do not tell me you don't have an attacker, and this is not an excuse. If you don't have an attacker, you should have. If you think that's an excuse, you should have done something about it, right? You should have found people. You could have at least, as I said in one of my previous videos, you could have at least found some loans, some sorry, it's not some loans, some players on loans to help you, like what Aston Villa did. So you, I know you have injuries, and that's understandable. But at the same time, when you score 7 goals, you should have players to score for you. Arsenal in the last 5 games, they drew 2, lost 1, and they won 2. Chelsea, on the other hand, or yes, it's Chelsea is in the fourth position. Very similar streak, 3 wins and 2 losses. Of course, Chelsea has not been convincing also, so we'll see. This year has been really crazy with teams up and down, up and down. However, I am going to choose Arsenal for this one just because they are in their home field and they need to come back. On Sunday, what do we have? And actually, the Arsenal and Chelsea is going to be on Sunday too. We have Fulham and Tottenham in this game. Fulham and Tottenham. Tottenham and Fulham. This game is going to be in Fulham's field, and they are in the 10th position. Last 5 games, they lost twice and they won 3 times. And Fulham, Spurs, where are you guys? Number 13. They won 3 and they drew 1 and they lost 1. Not too bad. Not too bad for Spurs that has been struggling. So based on this, in the positioning of these teams, I don't really see them fighting for any top 5 positions. I'm gonna say this game is gonna end up with a draw. A draw, which is I don't really generally predict draws, but I feel this one is going to be a draw. And the game that we have on Sunday is going to be between Leicester City and Man United. Leicester City, as I said before, I like their coach. I liked him as a player, and I was hoping that he's going to do well when he comes to the Premier League as a coach, as a first coach, but unfortunately things have not been easy for him. And it feels like Leicester City is going to say goodbye to the Premier League this year because they have 5 losses in the last game. Like they could have at least pulled a point here and there, man, if you're gonna keep your chances. However, they still have 17 points, which is shared. They share between them and Ipswich Town. Wolves is 23. So you never know. In a magical moment, they start winning, and the other guys dropping points. They might be able to save their league this year. But I just cannot see it. Man United, on the other hand, they are going to try to use their momentum from the win against Sociedad. I am tired. I think I'm ready for bed. So they're gonna try to use that momentum against Real Sociedad and win this game. It is going to be at Leicester City's field, so it's going to be challenged a little bit for Man United because Man United seems to struggle more with smaller teams. However, I would say because they are looking a little bit better. I would say that they are going to both these teams are going to win a point. And that's I'm being generous with Leicester City because they have been dropping points in their field too. So Man United and Leicester City is going to be a draw. A draw. Okay, we'll see. Anyway, these are my predictions for this weekend. Let me know, guys, what you think. Do you think that do you agree with my choices, with my prediction, or do you have other predictions? Feel free to drop comments and make sure, please, to like and subscribe and keep watching my videos. They are going to be coming and coming and coming all around the year. Alrighty, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one, which is going to be reactions to the Liverpool game against the Magpies, against Newcastle, and the rest of the Premier League games. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you are. Bye bye.